Hi, this is Lenica. I'm just going to be doing a quick announcement for next week's Pet Battle Tournament. It's going to be on September the 25th. It's Monday, and it will be wild-caught pets only. Same rules as always, where it'll be best 2 out of 3 battles, so make sure you bring at least 9 pets, 3 unique teams, and there won't be any banned pets this time. It's just going to be for wild-caught pets, so any pets that you can, see a little green icon next to it, for example, like the unborn Valk out in Northrend, you right-click it, you battle it, and then you trap it with a cage. As long as you can trap it with a cage in that manner, it's going to be eligible for the tournament. So even those strong pets like the Emperor Crab, the Crow, Frostfur Rat, Unborn Valk, of course, being one, all of these strong pets are going to be allowed. So hopefully that'll make it a bit easier for your teams. Don't have to worry about any banned pets. And if you want a quick way to just find all the pets that are eligible, just go to your pet journal, go to filters, and then go to sources and make sure that pet battle is the only one checked. One thing to keep in mind is that this method will show a couple pets that aren't allowed. For example, the Bone Serpent is one that, of course, looks like it's supposed to be a pet battle if you go to that filter, but as you know, he's just bought off the auction house or found in a bag. He's not found or trapped in a pet battle, so he's not eligible. Couple others that aren't eligible would be the Lagan pet, the Ridgeback Piglet, Hateful Eye, and there's a couple other pets that for some reason show up in this filter, but it's just a glitch. They don't count as they're not actual wild caught pets. So be careful when you make your teams that you don't accidentally just use that filter and then choose a pet that's not allowed, because if you do use a pet that you're not allowed to, what'll happen is if you battle somebody and you try to you try to challenge them, and then you get to see their team, and then somebody says, hey, you're using a pet that you're not allowed to use, you're gonna have to whisper your pets in the future before you can to myself or to one of the other moderators for the tournament, and you just have to whisper all 3 of your pets to make sure that nobody's trying to spy on somebody else's teams by, quote, accidentally forgetting and using the wrong pet. So not that usually ever happens, but just that'll be the rule. So it's not a big deal if you make that mistake. It's just to prevent people from abusing the rules. That'll be how we'll take care of it. And also to keep in mind, you will want to bring 9 unique pets, 3 unique teams, because you're not allowed to use the same pet against the same opponent, and battles are best 2 out of 3, or sorry, matches are best 2 out of 3 battles. So you'll have to fight a minimum of 2 battles against each opponent that you fight, and most likely, or very often, we do have where there'll be somebody will win one battle, then the other person will win the next battle, and then you'll need a tiebreaker. So that's why I recommend you bring at least 3 unique teams, and I usually recommend bringing about 6 or so, just so you don't have to be reusing teams if you don't want to. Obviously, if your opponent knows what your strategy is or what your team is, then they're going to be able to do better against you. So obviously you want to try to win, because the winner of the tournament is going to get a reward pet of some sort from myself. So I don't know what that'll be yet. Usually I make it some sort of some sort of really strong in PvE pet, or maybe a Tarot Claw, something to reward you for your victory. But usually I make it a surprise, so we'll see what it'll be. Again, it's going to be wild caught pets. It's going to be 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, so that's 4 hours earlier than usual, and it will be the same place as always. So if you want to join us, into your first time, you can just create a level 1 orc in the Valley of Trials. Here is where you'll start, and then you'll just follow this path that I'm on right now, and you'll follow it east out this east side, and then just go north until you'll see us all joined around in this big circular area right here, kind of between the Valley of Trials and Razor Hill. You can also, if you don't want to have an orc, you can also join us quickly by creating a troll, and it's just a tiny bit longer of a trail. You'll just kind of come out this west side, and then onto this southeast coast, and then follow the kind of pathway up to the same location. And if it's your first time joining us, I would recommend that you don't create either a warlock or a hunter, because there is no way for you to dismiss your pet. You'd have to let it die or something, or it's kind of a pain if you have like a permanent pet that's following you around all the time. With this Valk, if I don't like it, I can always just dismiss it, but you can't do that with a hunter or a warlock pet. So just tiny little tip, but it doesn't matter too much. And if you want to bring a high level horde tune, that's obviously fine too. If everybody is a horde, duh. This is horde, obviously. If everybody is high level, then we can actually form a raid, and if we do that, it'll make it a little bit easier for deciding who's fighting who, but it's not too important. Usually we'll just be in a couple parties. Usually we have between 5 and 10 people, and what we'll do is once everybody's in a party, then we'll all just /roll like that, and it'll give you a random number, and then usually we'll have the lowest two numbers fight each other first, then we'll rinse and repeat after those two people have their 2 or 3 battles, and it's single elimination. So after you have lost to somebody 2 games out of 3, then you are eliminated from the tournament, but as always we'll of course have those fun battles at the end if you want to stay and just challenge anybody without the kind of high stakes of the single elimination. We always do that after the tournament is over, which is usually takes about an hour and a half, and that'll be the logistics for how we'll arrange things. I'm trying to think if there are any other important rules. If I didn't mention it, it's probably the same as always, so just courtesy rules like don't have your pets or your mounts or your toys and stuff in the middle of the tournament. Just so that people who are on the stream or people who are joining on an alt character and just want to watch, or the people who are participating but want to be able to watch, so that they're able to view the games that are going on, to try to have courtesy. And we'll all be in Discord. I'll leave a link for that probably in the description for this video, but if I don't, of course you can always get the link during the stream, and of course I'll have a link for everybody to join Discord so that we can just hang out and talk, and you can hear me explain the rules if you're not in the stream. I'll just link that whenever everybody's getting together. Again, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. I want to say on Blackrock that's about 12 o'clock p.m. server time. But don't take my word for that. Just know that the official time is 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. And if you're going by when you're used to the tournament happening, it will be 4 hours earlier than normal. And the reason for that is we have some people like Glenwood. If you haven't seen his channel, check it out. It's great. He does pet battles like me, except he does it a lot more often. So he's on a completely different time zone from us. So 8 o'clock for him, or 6 o'clock whenever we normally do it, is like 1 or 2 in the morning for him, which is kind of ridiculous. And so we're trying to make it be a little bit more inclusive, so that other people who are on his time zone and himself obviously can join the battles and not be awake at 1 o'clock in the morning having to try to compete with somebody who's, oh, this is fun, we're playing against a brute and an iron starlet. Alright, well, let's let the battle begin. So this would be a team that you can use. The Void Shardling's a nice strong magic pet. Alpine Foxling's really strong, and then Umbra Valk's one of the best pets I would expect to see in the tournament. It's the only wild-caught haunt user, so let's see what we can do here. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with my Valk. I'm going to go ahead and Cursive Doom here. The Iron Starlight is really, really a problem pet for me. So is Brute, though. I can't really kill Brute. Onyxian Vulpling's not a problem, but still, I guess, a strong pet. It's also a pet I don't have. Alrighty. Not sure why it's taking so long. Might be trolling. Probably trolling. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and bring in our Void Shardling. We're going to go ahead and go for a Soul Rush. got a lucky stun. That might save us, give us a slight chance here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and dodge here. Glad I did. Okay. He should die to a haunt. Oh, he actually died to the Arcane Blast because it was stacked up. Nice. Okay. So Arcane Blast should be stacked up all the way now. Our Void Shardling can actually dish out some decent damage, so that Brute might go down here, and we take strong damage from the Dragon. So we're going to back out right now. Let's go ahead and bring in our Alpine Foxling. We have a crouch available, and he doesn't have a heal. Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and crouch right off the bat. If he goes up in the air... Oh, he's running Deep Breath. Okay, got you, got you. Do I see any reason to... I actually kind of do see a reason to buff my speed. I want my Valk to be faster than Brute. So we're going to go ahead and Dazzling Dance here. It's going to activate his Racial. Let's go ahead and go for a Flurry. We're almost certainly dead here. Oh, we just survived. Perfect. That crouch just barely kept us alive. Okay, and this is where I'm glad I had that speed advantage on the Unborn Valk, because otherwise he'd have his Dragonkin Racial, and even though it's weak damage, still damage I just avoid. So, I'm going to hit him with a Shadow Shock, and then it's all about burning down Brute. I'm going to go for a Curse of Doom, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and haunt him. And if we can get a lucky stun with our Void Shardling, that's really the only way I see myself being able to kill this this troll pet. Yeah, unfortunately that haunt does almost no damage through bark skin or iron bark. But he's not using his heal, so it's always possible he has bark skin, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go for damage. Nice crit. Oh, okay, there's the heal. He was just trolling us. Okay. Well, you know what? If we get a crit with Curse of Doom, he might actually go down for being cocky and waiting so long to heal. Let's see. Let's see. He shouldn't have waited so long on that photosynthesis. That was a bad move on his part. I think he was overconfident in his healing ability, which, to be fair, he has the best healer in the game, you know, besides Blossoming Ancient, and it's technically this is as good. I think it has like a tiny bit less attack power or something. I don't know. It's there's really no advantage to either one. But let me see, if I was to look at Brute, obviously Brute and the Blossoming Ancient are not allowed in the tournament. So Brute has 284 attack power, 1522. Blossom. Well, let's just do it this way. Iron Bark. Okay, 1522. They both have the same health pool. Brute has. Oh, Brute actually has a tiny bit more. Brute actually has a tiny bit more attack power, so situationally, Brute might be a little bit stronger. But sometimes having that 268 speed can really be very nice, because you can be faster than a couple pets for that Iron Bark to be a bit more useful. So, I don't know. Situationally, each one of them has their own strengths. But, regardless, they're both terribly awful troll pets, so glad to give that guy a loss. I might actually try this team next in case I run into another Brute. There are several Darkness pets that are very strong. That are wild caught. The Crow's probably the best of those. Flickering Argonite is a pet that synergizes very well with any sort of darkness pet. And then, you know, rabbits are always good. Dust Bunny does actually count as wild caught, because even though he's found in the new Dalaran, he is caught with a trap. So I'll go ahead and try this team out. Oh, I haven't given my Flickering Argonite a name yet. Alright, let's see. Living Sandling, Chi-Chi, Crystalline Birdling. Chi-Chis always scare me. They can be really strong, and you never quite know what moveset they might have, so. Okay, I think I'm going to start with my Crow. I'll do well against Chi-Chi. Go ahead and throw out that Call Darkness. He probably will Ethereal, predicting a Nocturnal Strike, so I'm just going to go ahead and swap into my Flickering Argonite, where I have a fantastic matchup. Yeah, there's the Ethereal. And let's just go ahead and go for the strong damage. While we have the strong matchup, I'm predicting he'll swap, at which point I will want to use Surge of Light on somebody else to stun them. Nice thing is he can miss and I can't, so it's definitely a good situation. I do weak damage, but it is nice to stun him, so let's go ahead and stun him. Oh, he's missed twice. That's so unfortunate for him. That's how darkness goes. It's just terrible. Well, he's stunned. Should I bring in my Crow? I think I'll bring in my Dust Bunny, because he's stunned and I can just avoid his attacks for a long time. He actually doesn't have Drain Blood, so I'm not worried about him healing. Oh, that triple's really good for me. That means he's almost... No, he's dead if I get a triple. I'm going to go for a Burrow instead, because that will guarantee kill him instead of the 50-50 chance. And he's going to head off. Yeah, that's a pretty scummy team I was running there. The Rabbit's really annoying, and then the Darkness with the Flickering Argonite is just a really strong combo. So I feel dirty. I feel kind of dirty right now. Let's play another team. This team is inspired by my good friend Daniel from Close to Zero. He's been trying to get me to play an HH Sporling Sprout with Moonlight for so long. And I think it's kind of boring because I don't like HH pets. That's all there is to it. But I can't deny it looks very, very strong. So I'll give it a shot. And this will probably be my last battle. I wanted to try the Pygmy Marsuel. I just don't know how well it'll do. I did manage to get a win against an idol earlier today when I was just doing a couple fun practice battles, creating some teams. But it was because the idol played badly. And yeah, so whenever there's an idol or a brute or blossoming ancient in the queue, there's really no reason to run a pet like the Pygmy Marsuel. He's very much like a rabbit. He has very similar moves and play style, where you just kind of avoid damage and try to survive for a long time, and then kind of dish out a tiny bit of damage here and there, and you do pretty well against undeads, I guess. But against a humanoid or a heavy healer, well, a pet like the Robo-Chick will probably do better, and definitely the Nether Fairy Dragon with that Dragonkin Racial. And having the ability to change sunlight weather is going to be another reason why I like this team, if I happen to queue into an elemental healer like that. Alrighty, Warbot, Kunlai Runt, Crystalline Bridling again. Let's see here. Do I have anything I can do about the Warbot? Not really, but I can basically just out-heal it, probably. So yeah, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try starting with that Crystalline Bridling. Okie dokie. Well, let's go ahead and Evanescence, since we know he likes to run Brittle Webbing. No reason to take that damage when I could just not. So I'm going to dodge, then I'm going to Moonfire. I'm going to go for an Arcane Blast, just to take that Brittle Webbing. I'm going to take that Brittle Webbing and then swap. And I'm assuming he's going to go for a Spiderling Swarm here. So hopefully that was the correct choice. Fantastic. Alrighty, so yeah, I figured he was running that since he has Brittle Webbing instead of the heal. Let's go ahead and go for a Creeping Fungus. Oh, I didn't really think that through. I'm going to take about as much damage as a recoil as I do healing. Now that's an interesting dilemma. I think I'm just going to stay in. Huh, that rend actually hits pretty hard. I'm going to kill myself. And I think I misplayed that Spoiling Sprout pretty badly. Sorry, Daniel. I'm not making you proud, am I? Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I think having that Spoiling Sprout would be very useful against that Kunlai Runt and Warbot. Definitely don't think it was a good idea to sacrifice him. Let's go for a dodge. Oh, he's going for Mangle. Interesting. Okay. Let's refresh Moonlight. Oh, nice crit. That could really save me. I'm going to go for an Arcane Blast. It's going to proc my racial. It's actually not going to be quite enough damage to kill him, though. It's just a little bit awkward. But since he doesn't have the slow, he is going to die here. And I'm going to proc my racial, which is good. Although I think it's better for me to... in case he has Minefield, I think I should go ahead. It's tough. No, I should utilize my Moonfire here. I could dodge, but I'm predicting he's going to go for a Minefield first. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alrighty. Oh, he's setting up a rocket. That was an interesting choice. If I was him, I would have gone straight for a missile and then a launch rocket if I'd gone for a dodge. Or if my opponent had gone for a dodge. Okay, no crit, fortunately. Let's see here. Go for a wind up. Oh, as long as it doesn't crit, I should be able to take this one home. Okay. Yeah, let's go for a wind up. Take out his mechanical racial. And then just 2 pecks to finish him off. Actually, 1 peck. I used to run HH, and I would always run into this situation where I'm like, oh, I just need over 280 damage, and I wouldn't end. Perfectly have him. Yeah, that was pretty close. I think I misplayed very badly with my Spoiling Sprout, but I got the win. Let's try one more team. Let's try this. Even if I get a loss, it's okay, because I've already gotten 3 wins, so... And I am running 3 really strong pets. All 3 of these pets are good. It's just that I don't have much oomph as far as, you know, burst damage. I have dots. I have multi-hit attacks. I have Amplify Magic, but my setup is basically my only oomph comes from my Spirit Crab, and he's just HH. He's not designed to be a total cannon or anything. He's just a tank that can deal, you know, solid damage considering how much damage he can withstand before activating his racial. So could probably have picked a better pet besides the Rose Typin, but the Rose Typin is such a good pet on its own that you can pretty much throw it onto any team and it'll do well. Especially for this tournament, I think he's going to be very strong. That blind is always useful to have. The dot's really strong. And then with his Beast Racial up, his Puncture Wound hits for 700 damage. So, you know, you can't complain too much about not having Burst when, you know, you have 700 damage on a 4-round cooldown at your disposal. Provided your Beast Racial is active. Even without the Beast Racial, it's solid damage. What is it, 560? Not bad at all. I mean, most Soul Rushes and stuff hit for like 420, and I think that's kind of the de facto, yeah? 420. Anyways, if there's any rules that you're curious about for the tournament, you want to join us, this is your first time, or if you know you've only joined us a couple times, you're just not certain about any rules, be sure to leave those in the comments. I'll get back to you. I'm gonna head out to work and ooh, I gotta leave now. So no more battles. I'll have to leave it at those 3. Yeah, it's a good thing I checked the time because I do have to leave for work now. But whenever I get back tonight, I'll be or later. You know, if you don't watch this video today, just leave a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can and just answer any questions concerning the tournament, and hope to see you all there. Again, just a quick recap. It's going to be 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, so just figure out whatever time that is for you. I'll be streaming it, so whenever the stream starts, you'll know, oh, the tournament's starting. And it'll be the same location, wild-caught pets only. Can't use the same pet against the same opponent. Matches are best 2 out of 3, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, can't use the same pet against the same opponent. Alright, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.